Three ANC bigwigs head to the naughty corner to answer questions about their questionable behaviour. Soon, a high-level probe into Nhlanhla Mkhwenazi's explosive accusations of dodgy police and politicians. The Eastern Cape Judge President denies asking his then-secretary to undress herself. That and a whole lot more. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN. In touch, in tune, and independent.
National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola has denied signing off on the closure of the SAPS Political Killings Task Team. His comments follow explosive claims by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwenazi, who alleged the team was disbanded after uncovering a criminal syndicate involving politicians, police, business people, prosecutors, and even members of the judiciary.
You have not seen any letter that I've signed to close the unit. I have not signed it.
Earlier this year, Police Minister Mchunu reportedly ordered the unit's shutdown. Now, 3 parliamentary committees, Police, Justice and Intelligence, will jointly investigate the allegations, amongst many others, which also appear to implicate Minister Mchunu himself. Meanwhile, Mchunu has admitted to knowing controversial businessman Brown Mokhotsi after previously denying it in Parliament. Mokhotsi's name came up in Mkhwenazi's weekend media briefing.
In 2024, on the 29th of October, I received a phone call and a message that came from a gentleman who said to me he's a close associate of the Minister of Police. He referred to himself as Mr. Brown Mokhotsi.
The DA says it'll lay criminal charges against Police Minister Mchunu tomorrow following damning allegations of misconduct. Mkhwenazi also links Mchunu to alleged crime boss Vusimuzi Kat Matlala, currently jailed and facing multiple charges. Correctional Services is now probing how Matlala got hold of a cell phone in prison. He was caught with the device during a surprise raid at Khotsi, Mampuru, and has since been moved to CMAX in Tshwane.
Correctional Services can confirm that Vusimuzi Matlala was transferred to CMAX at Khotsi, Mampuru following the discovery of an illegal item, a mobile phone to be specific, which was in his possession during the raid that was conducted over the weekend.
The man accused of murdering Lekona Fose has been granted 5,000 rand bail. That's after new evidence corroborating 39-year-old Mduduzi Mnisi's version of events that he wasn't there at the time of the murder. Prosecutor Shadrach Temeki says this means his girlfriend, Pinky Khanso, who testified on his behalf, lied under oath.
So the girlfriend who he called could not be correct to say the applicant remained with him from the time he came from Davidton up until the next morning. That's a lie, according to the tower location of his cell phone. Right?
Mnisi has a prior conviction of attempted murder and robbery with aggravating circumstances and was found to have violated his parole conditions. Due to the state's lack of evidence, the court found that Mnisi could not be kept behind bars solely because of the breach.
You are not to leave the district of Roodepoort for the duration of the trial except to go and sign for parole if you are again released on parole.
Mnisi is alleged to have been the last person seen with a 14-year-old before she was killed. Fose's body was found mutilated in an open veld a day after she was reported missing. At least 3 ANC bigwigs are among those expected to be hauled before the party's Integrity Commission for wrongdoing. This includes Police Minister Cele Nkabane, his predecessor Cele, and embattled Higher Education Minister Cele Nkabane. Mchunu and Cele have recently been implicated in the rot in the police force. Nkabane has been widely criticised for mishandling the selection process for sector education and training authority boards.
The ANC says the enormity of the claims by KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwenazi about political interference in police operations requires urgent attention. Mkhwenazi implicated Senzo Mchunu, tying the minister to alleged underworld figures, including Vusimuzi Kat Matlala. It's also since emerged that former police minister Cele also has links to the entrepreneur, claims both the ANC and NEC members have denied. ANC spokesperson Mahlengi Bengu Motsiri.
Well, the commission has got a calendar of meetings meetings anyway, and I imagine they probably will prioritize this matter.
She says Higher Education Minister Cele Nkabane also won't escape accountability. A date for their appearance before the Integrity Commission is yet to be confirmed. Nokukhanya Mtambo, Eyewitness News.
Eastern Cape Judge President Cele Mbenenge is refusing to admit that he was trying to convey a male private part when he sent an emoji of a peeled banana to High Court Secretary Andiswa Mengo. The Judge President is being cross-examined before the Judicial Conduct Tribunal in Sandton, Johannesburg, as it investigates allegations of sexual harassment levelled against him. The senior judge is accused of making unwanted sexual advances towards Mengo between 2021 and 2022. Mbenenge says he enjoyed a flirtatious relationship with the junior staffer.
When Eastern Cape Judge President Cele Mbenenge sent High Court Secretary Andiswa Mengo an emoji of a peeled banana in the middle of what he has admitted were sensual conversations, he says it was not meant to depict a male private part. Mbenenge yesterday testified that he just wanted to give the junior staffer something nice, but could have also added an emoji of anything else. But evidence leader advocate Salome Skeepers is not convinced.
It could have a sexual connotation, I agree.
Yes.
But I'm talking about my understanding of what I was conveying to her. And I grew up in a scenario where I see two people, and I'm talking about myself, sharing a banana. It looks quite juicy to see those people biting and sharing and doing all that.
In May this year, forensic and legal linguist Dr. Zakira Dokrat testified that the emoji had sexual connotations and was meant to convey the male body part. Zoleka Kotashem, Eyewitness News, Sandton in Johannesburg.
A board of inquiry probing the deadly incident involving a South African Navy submarine off the Cape Coast has wrapped up its investigation. 3 sailors were killed and a senior officer critically injured when they were washed off the deck of South African Navy submarine SAS Mantatisi in September 2023. At the time, the Defence Department said the crew was conducting an exercise with the South African Air Force Lynx helicopter off Kommetjie and was swept by high waves off the deck. The submarine was on its way to Simonstown in Cape Town to take part in a mini naval festival. An inquiry was launched to get to the cause of the tragic accident. SA Navy spokesperson Theo Mabina says the report has now been handed over to the Hawks.
This meeting and engagement with the Hawks underscores the Navy's commitment to transparency, cooperation and accountability, as the Chief of the South African Navy has always maintained that the organization will, within the confines of the laws and regulations, communicate the outcomes of the board whenever the need arises.
Protesting residents from Rosettenville, south of Johannesburg, want officers they've accused of corruption removed from the Boysons police station. They gathered in front of the police station today to hand over a memorandum of demands. They say they're tired of being governed by law enforcement that allegedly works with illegal immigrants.
We need the cases to make it to the court. The cases are not making it to court because money is being paid and then it never happens. We're calling for the JMPD to do their bylaws and remove all the vendors, the street vendors in the street corners that are unpermitted, and the spaza shops that are selling stuff that are killing our kids.
A medical expert has called for an increase in measles vaccinations in Gauteng as the province deals with an outbreak. Gauteng recently recorded 181 laboratory-confirmed cases with hotspots identified in Tshwane, Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni. Academic Division Head of the School of Nursing at the University of the Western Cape, Associate Professor Talita Croxley, says vaccination coverage in the province remains under 75%, which is well below the threshold to prevent outbreaks.
For us to prevent a vaccination outbreak, we actually need less than 5% of people who are not vaccinated in a community, so 95% vaccination coverage.
And an update on the deadly floods in Texas, United States. More than 160 people are still missing. It's marking a dramatic increase in the number of missing from a tragedy that has so far claimed 109 lives. Torrents of water swept through a camp, scouring cabins as hundreds of people slept. 4 days after flash floods, hopes of finding survivors are now fading. It's good having you with us. We'll see you for more again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.